Good evening, everybody. I'm Derek Michaud, and it's time for another episode of Flush in the Pocket, presented by Brunswick, sponsored by Just in Time Recreation. Check them out at justintimebowl.com. Man, tonight we got an awesome one. Not that, they're not all awesome, but this one means a lot because this is one of my favorite guys ever on tour. 16-time titleist, 3 majors. He likes bowling in blizzards because in 2003, he shot 300, 277, 259 to win the Cambridge Credit Classic in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. He inspired a name change of a bowling ball from the Mission Domination to the Mission 250K when he won the 2011 Tournament of Champions, he shot 299 and Tom Doherty shoots 100 in that tournament. Let's welcome PBA Hall of Famer, 16-time champion Mika Koivunemi. How are you, sir?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing really good, but I need to correct you. I only have 14 PBA titles.
You only have 14. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, 14, that's a lot more than I have. I mean, that's
more than most.
Yeah. And I think I'm one of a handful of people that I know that I can actually pronounce your name correctly. I mean, there are some interesting ways people pronounce it, but I got it correctly. Correct?
Yeah, it's
awesome.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. So let's get it all started. How did you start bowling?
I started bowling when I was 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
My mom and my dad got divorced a little bit earlier, and my mom went back to bowling that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of follow her to bowling centers and start to hang around there with the other younger kids. And that's how I started. I still did many other sports, but like 2-3 years later, bowling was my main sport.
Yep. And so your style that we know, you have a long swing plane, but did you start out bowling like that or did you develop that over time?
I think something what just happened to me, I guess, how I built. And back in day, of course, was all wood lanes.
Yep.
And they resurfaced them every 2 years. So I guess the loft was a little bit needed once a while, at least every other year.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's just how I learned the ball when I was growing up.
Yeah, there you go. Who coached you?
I don't really have any coach when I was young. In Finland, we really didn't do so much coaching that time. Yes, I got some help in the beginning with some instructors, but not like a real coaches. We have a group of good bowlers. We bowl a lot, and we kind of help each other.
Mm-hmm. So we got a guy that knows you pretty well, Tim Elderbrook. He's a Bowlify staffer with me, and we won a doubles championship back in 21 in Columbus, Ohio. Tim, you know Tim.
I know Tim. Yes, I know who he is.
Yeah. He says hello. So thanks for watching, buddy. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get these questions here. So, was there a tour in Finland like there was? I mean, obviously nothing compares to the PBA tour, but was there a pro bowling tour in Finland with TV rounds?
No, there was not anything like a PBA tour, but Finland always had like a lot of tournaments. Basically, every small bowling center and a little bit bigger ones, they all have tournament going every week. They run the 1 to 3, 4 weeks, and then there was the finals. They make the cut, whatever, 12 to 36, depending on the bowling center. And then there was the finals. So there was a lot of bowling. Like best years when I was in Finland before I moved to States, I bowled more than 1,000 games of tournaments in Finland. So that was something what teach me a lot. And as far for the TV shows, there were a few tournaments like National Championship, Bowlmaster Open, one team tournament. There was 3-4 tournaments what was on national TV. and few of those small tournaments has like a local TV few times. But so I used to bowl a few times on TV before I came over.
Did you ever bowl that tournament in the shopping center that they have overseas?
Shopping center. They built the lanes in shopping center in Singapore Open one time when I won there.
Yeah.
That's something I done.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. You've won in double-digit countries. I mean, over 10. What would you say?
Over 20? Yeah.
Over 20. Sure.
Yeah.
What would you say is the easiest? Nothing's easy, I guess, but what was the easiest country, if you will, or the most difficult country to win in?
I don't think it's about the country. It's all about the field.
Sure.
Field of player, and I don't think anything is easy, like you said.
No, right.
Winning in higher level in bowling it's always difficult.
Sure.
But there's some places like I think it's like Slovakia. I only bowled basically once and won there. There was 2 tournaments. I won both of them same week. So places like that might sound like it's easy, but maybe I just matching well and I was in good shape that time.
So what did you accomplish in your bowling life that made you ready for the tour? And like, what kind of exposure were you able to watch the tour in Finland?
We see a little bit in Finland in some TV channels, like late 80s. I remember watching Amletto throwing 15 to cutter and hook stop and striking a lot back in the day. And even before that, we get some videos for some distributor had them, but not too much to see it. What made me to want to go over, I guess the turning point was 1991 when I won the World Championship Masters Gold. So I was thinking maybe I should go to tour, but it didn't happen back then. I was trying kind of find a backing and sponsors and everything for that. But it didn't happen. So, but I started to bowl around the world that time a lot more, and I think it was a good step for me. And then '96, we moved to US. But first I bowled mega parks, team challenges, local tournaments. Then I joined May '99. I joined the PPA.
Yeah. So I was watching, and I mean, we're going to jump into your career, but I was watching one of my favorite tournaments was the Cheetah Championship in 2009, and Stuart Williams was talking about you and how you're a hero for a lot of the European players. Who did you look up to when you were making your way onto the PBA tour?
It's tough to say. I think Amletto somehow was mine because we see him a lot in TV, and Pete Weber somehow because he had the high backswing like I used to have. I guess that, but I don't never feel like I was really like idolizing anybody.
Okay. So what would you say is your best moment on tour?
Best moment on tour? It's tough to say. There's many meaningfuls, of course, all the majors, especially my first one was a major. And US Open is the most difficult to win in my mind, and I won that. And then when I won the biggest prize fund ever in the TOC, I guess any of those can be my best moment.
I think my favorite moment with you was the Cambridge Credit Classic. You're on it, and you shoot 300, 277, and 259. When you shot that, what was that day like for you?
Oh, it was unbelievable, but I got a good feeling. I barely made it the cut. Back then we had a qualification and top 32. I didn't know if I make it. A couple of guys didn't finish strong last couple of frames, so I sneaked in. And then something luck in the matches. And I bowled really good in the matches and round of 8, I bought Jason Couch, I think was number 1 seed. I play him. I have like 3 front nines on our best of 7 match against him. And then next day I shoot 300 on him. So he's been big a fan of me after that. So
yeah. Oh man.
But also I was the only righty. So
right.
So that was changed a little bit my game plan. So I felt like I'm lefty because nobody's messing up my line. And I think that's the time when I told, when we're getting ready for the show and they interview us. So I think I told Rand that I will be the lefty's worst nightmare tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then after I said that night before and what happened next day, so it's unbelievable.
How much, I know there's pressure when you're bowling on, but that week you're not in the Tournament of Champions field, and the Tournament of Champions is next week. So how much pressure, like what prevents you from squeezing the ball when you're, oh shit, I got to try to make the Tournament of Champions here. And then you beat, Jason, and then you beat, Peter Hernandez, and then you say, Couch, be ready for me next week. How much pressure were you under to try to make the Tournament of Champions field?
Actually, I was the last guy in.
Okay.
So I think if PA won or somebody else, I'd be fine. But there was a couple of guys who could drop me out. But when I bowled the title match against PA, I know I will be in. But yeah, you don't think anything like that. You just try to stay focused and making good shots and bowl well enough. The other guys have to beat you and say it. You take the 1 shot at a time, but that's basically when you do your best. That's what you're doing.
So, kind of, and that year you were Player of the Year. That year you bowled in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and they were, people have said, Mika's never going to be the hometown guy because he's from Finland, but you kind of were that, during the World Championship. That was one of my favorite matches because it was just so high energy. What was it like to have to tie Wes Malott? You shot 225, then you went in a roll off. What was that whole week like for you?
Oh, that was a great week and great experience. Yes, I was living in Ann Arbor, so my house was like 3 miles away from where they built the arena. So it was really interesting, and I have a lot of friends over, and we have Finnish community. There's like maybe 30-40 Finnish people who were living in Michigan at that time, and it was loud place. It's one of the greatest memories. Even I didn't win that tournament, but that atmosphere there is.
Man, I was watching. I was watching at my house by myself, and I was even yelling in Finnish for you, man. I mean, it was. Is it a bad sign if you're speaking in English on TV?
It's many times it depends what I'm saying, I guess.
Right.
If I say some bad words in English, they fine me. If I did that in Finnish, I didn't get the fine. So
yeah.
If I say bad words in Finnish, I say $500 every time. So I was making money.
Oh man. So that tournament, you beat Wes, and then you're bowling Tom. I don't think anybody was beating Tom that day because his look was so good. You jumped, and I know when I first met you, I asked you about this, but you jumped. You were giving it a lot of angle. You shot 250 even. You were like a Dutch 200, and then 6 frame? You strike off the sheet. Why were you playing that close to the gutter on a pattern where you probably shouldn't be?
I guess that was the best line I felt I can score best. I guess I don't really remember exactly the scores or lines, but
okay.
Most of the time I just try to play safe. I can keep the ball in the play every time and not giving away anything. And I know I was bowling good that year, and I felt I can do anything, anywhere, anyway. So it's.
So, what would you say is your worst moment on tour?
It has to be the missing the 10 pin against Duke in US Open finals.
Yep.
That's
You know, I put the bowling. I used to put the bowling on DVD because I had a TiVo that had a DVD burner, and I almost didn't put that on there because that was so heartbreaking. And
yeah.
I
I never watched that show in my life, so.
Oh my gosh. So I was watching that, and I was bowling in tournament, and I found out Norm won the US Open, and then I'm watching the match. I'm like, how did he win this? How did he? And then I see the 10th frame. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. And the ironic thing is, I was watching the Cheetah Championship, I think you missed the 10 pin the exact same way, identical shot. In match play against Stu or somebody like that. I think it was, but
yeah. I now remember. Yeah, it's from Michigan. Yes.
yeah. So during the 2000 ABC Masters, you were talking. The guys were talking about how you shot 299 in Singapore and then 300, and then you messaged me and said that was a year later. What was that the same tournament? What was that like to shoot 299 and then 300 in the same tournament back to back years?
Yeah, it's a big tournament. I think it was a Santa Claus Open in Singapore. There was a decent money, but there was like 100,000 US prize if you shoot 300. And the format was like really long. You bowl first 12 games a day, like 3 days in a row, cut 12 more games and cut and 12 more games. You bowl like 60 games in a week. So you get enough chances to shoot 300. And like year earlier, I get 299. I didn't throw a good shot. I left a 6 pin. So that bothers me. A couple of nightmares and everything else. And 10 years later, we go back there. Same tournament. Again, the big prize for the 300. And first of those 60 games, basically, I shot 300. And it's one of the moments I never will forget again. It's like 1 year you've been thinking, if I ever be in the same situation, what I will do. And first game, I got a chance. And that time I throw it really good and strike.
Of the 5 patterns that you bowled on, which one would you say was your favorite?
I guess it's not as much about the pattern. It's about the house, how your roll matches, how you can get the pins moving around it. Like my understanding is that I was the first one to win all 5 patterns. So it was more about matching the house. Some houses I bowl well, doesn't matter what pattern, and some houses were more challenging depending the pattern. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right, so let's do this. Who is a better roommate, Patrick Healy Jr. or Chris Barnes?
They both were good.
Better.
Yeah, they both were good roommates. I room much longer with Barnes, and I think if I have to choose which one I go again, I probably would go with Barnes. But I say, we have our moments there both ways in a room, but we think alike a lot. Sometimes we discuss a lot what was going on that day or that week, and sometimes we both sit like 3 hours and nobody say any word. So
what was up with you guys setting up bets but you came up for some reason you came up on the short end every single one? I don't get that. What happened there?
That just tells you how lucky he is. It kind of started like a joke. I made a show for the US Open.
Yeah.
And Barnes said that I beat you last time. You owe me something. I said, okay, dye my hair. I don't care. But after that, we start to make real bets. And I kind of like a joke in that. When I say he walked away right away and went 7-11 or whatever, CVS and get some dye and dye my hair next day. So that evening. So
Oh man.
that's how it started, and then we start to make a real bets. And yeah, first match I lost. I bowled bad, but then like one I should win, and he get his breaks, and I didn't get my break, so that's kind of hurt me a little bit. That was for the shirt bet, and you can design for the shirt for the other guy.
Do you still have those slacks that you wore on one of those? It was like, I can't remember what it was. Do you still have those?
No, we actually sold them and donated the money for the charity.
Okay. So one of my favorite events was the 2009 in 2009 in Columbus. You guys make the show together, and Mike Scroggins is on there, and so is Rhino. What did you guys? Nobody can plan. They're like, okay, let's take the lefties out. Let's do this. What did you guys do so right that they did so wrong in that telecast?
I don't remember.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay.
No, I know. I think I lost Barney. That's all right.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So that's why I don't remember.
That's all right. Oh, okay.
And I don't remember if I beat the lefty because I beat them all the time anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. So how did you come up with the name Lefty's Worst Nightmare? Did somebody give that to you, or did you just come up with that?
Like I said earlier, I think that was the Bradley in Solux when I told Randy I will be the lefty's worst nightmare.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I think I back up that well, because first 12 matches I ever bowled against lefties in PPA shows, I beat them 12 also.
What was so when Patrick Allen beat you at the US Open in 06 or 05, he said it's a different season with a new season with a different outcome, brother. Yeah. What do you think about that? What was your reaction to that? What was your reaction to that loss? Couldn't have been easy. It had to have been a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, it's people think me and BA didn't get along. We actually get it along really well. Even we had that rivalry going on for a few years. It's I think I lost that match. He didn't beat me. I lost that because I took 7 in my field ball and then I lost in roll off. But it's US Open, so anything can happen. But it's like few shows. We like getting ready for the shows. Me and BA the same show. He just asked, "You want to do something today?" Like we when I go after each other or whatever. But I can't remember if he say anything there. But I remember when he beat me. That was first time I ever lost for lefty, and he went crazy. That I guess he deserved that.
Yeah, that's all right. Who do you feel like you beat a lot on TV or in match play?
There's nobody beside lefties in my mind. All the lefties I beat them a lot, but it's not like just one guy. There was some guys I beat for a while, and then they started beating me and other way around. So,
is there a lefty that you never faced but you wish you had?
I think I bowl against most of the lefties I wanted to bowl.
Okay. All right. Who beat you on TV or in match play a lot, or had who has your number?
Norm Duke definitely have my number.
Remember that.
I'm 0-5 against him in titles with 2 US Opens. So
5. That's right. Yeah. Yep. Because I remember one match. I remember was in Blue Springs, Missouri. He has to make the 1, 2, 8, 10 to beat you, and he does.
Yeah, I didn't double the 10, so he needed to mark, and he washed out. But it was surprise. I wasn't so surprised he made it, but I was so surprised he left it.
Yep. All right. Let's see here. So, what would you say is your favorite tour stop? What was your favorite tour stop?
Oh, that's. I used to say the Fountain Valley. I always like to be in Southern California, and of course, I won my U.S. Open there. And
Yep, Fountain Bowl.
I bowl other ways pretty good there. So, but there was other bowling centers I bowled really well, and I always like to Red Rock also.
Okay.
Have it-
Where's your least favorite tour stop? Where did you struggle?
Yeah, I saw this question earlier. I started to think about it. It's like there was few bowling centers where I struggle, but I don't think we ever bowled too many times in those places. So I don't really dislike any places.
No,
Yeah, there's. It's. I always like to go to different place and see different people and same people if you go back to same place. I think that was really nice.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
When I started this podcast, Parker was the first pro I interviewed, and so I was kind of coming up with the questions. Everybody gets these questions, and it was just I didn't think that the people that that I asked to be on would say, "Oh, absolutely," but I mean, so every answer is always different. So that's why you see a lot of these questions are the same, but I mean that's great. What would you say? Where would you say the PBA never went that you wish they had gone to?
Let's say Hawaii. I would like
Okay.
to be. Yeah, I probably would like to go there someday.
Sure. All right. So we're going to talk about rules for a second. Let's see. Do we have any? No. What was a PBA rule that everybody else didn't like that you kind of agreed with?
First of all, I think PBA rules are the best.
Are the best.
Yeah, because most of the rules are made by the players.
Okay.
So they're making things right there more than any other places. So basically, I agree almost everything. It's like nothing what I really dislike it. But yeah,
So
it's like maybe what not everybody like. I think I like to think that we need to dress up, have a dress pants and nice shoes. And I know not everybody didn't like that, but in my mind, if we don't respect our sport, how we can other people get to respect our sport?
Right. Absolutely. So there wasn't a rule that you didn't agree with?
Not really. No, not that comes to my mind. No.
Okay. What was not a PBA rule that should have been a PBA rule?
Maybe something to do with the slow bowling. I mean, sometimes it was a little bit too slow. Most people, or basically everybody, know what the double jumping, and double jumping was really good when everybody do it. But there was some guys who skipped their turn, and that's gonna slow down, and whatever reason. So I think something to do with making a little bit faster the ball.
Okay. So how did you? So now you're coaching. First off, when did you leave the tour and why?
It was 2015 summer when I stopped, and it was basically because my body gave up. I had problems with my back for a long time, but the main reason that time was my knee.
Okay.
And to be successful in a tour when you are hurting, it's impossible. It's difficult enough when you are healthy, but if your body doesn't let you do the things what you know it should do and you know you can do when you are healthy, it's tough.
Do you think if when you're injured, obviously it's hard to bowl, but when you're injured, is it harder? Is it more painful to throw it hard and straight like you, or hook it?
I guess it's really personal thing and what is your style and everything. I don't think there is right answer for that.
Right. Sure. I got you. So how did you get involved in coaching? And how's everything going with the coaching?
I was interested in coaching from early 90s, and I've been really lucky to be coached by many top coaches in the world, and I always, besides learning myself, but learning how they coaching and what are they view for the things, and I always was interested in stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing some small clinics and stuff like that while I was on a tour. But
Mm-hmm.
when I got hurt, I was thinking maybe if I can find a full-time coaching job, and
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky enough to get the job quite quickly
Mm-hmm.
in UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, where I was from August 15 till end of last year. So I spent 8 years and 5 months there, and really like it.
Good. All right, that is awesome. What is your bowling pet peeve?
Uh, Probably something to do for me being so hard for myself.
Yeah.
I get hot inside pretty easy, but it's like 95%. It's because I'm not happy. I want to be perfect with everything,
Right.
even it's not possible, but something like that. Oh, let's say that I bowled for Europe or somewhere else. There
Mm-hmm.
was one thing what used to piss me off a lot. It's like people putting towels or grip sacks or something top of my bowling ball. I did not like that.
Oh man. Yep.
That was something like usually first time I just drop it for the floor. If that happened 2 times, I throw the towel for lane or two away or something.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh no, Pete Weber didn't like that either. I mean,
Yeah,
that's understandable.
yeah.
Adam Lemmeries is in here, and he's a big PBA super fan, and he says he enjoyed watching you bowl on tour, and he said that the UAE uh, has a great bowling coach. So so that's they definitely do.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it was fun time to be there. Now I'm back in States and probably start to do some coaching here in Traverse City, Michigan area,
mhm,
giving the lessons and still looking for some countries I can go and
mhm.
help them 1 week, 2 week, whatever they need, and come back, but not living and coaching full time like I was.
Okay. Are you bowling the senior tour this year?
Hopefully, I will bowl. Let's see how good
Mhm.
shape I can get bowling wise and how my body can handle that.
Yeah. Um, are you watching? Are you following the tour today? What do you think of the PBA tour right now?
I'm watching. I'm watching most of the tournaments online, or at least for the scores.
Hmm.
Tour is totally different than when I was there. There's so much more rev rate, so
Hmm.
many two-handers. Back then was only two. It's different,
Hmm.
but it's still bowling, and best are best for the reason. So whoever is the top, they deserve to be in the top.
You taught yourself, at some point in your career, how to kind of open up the lane a little bit more than you used to. You used to go hard and straight, and I think that's why you won, 14 times. Not to throw anybody under the bus, Traber only won 4 times, but he was just hard and straight. How hard was it to hook the ball the way you did, and how long did it take you to I guess, perfect that?
Uh, I think people have a wrong picture how I bowl. I think I was much more versatile than people
Mhm.
give me the credit. Mostly
Mhm.
because in TV shows, I always were thinking that I don't give away anything. I find a line, I can keep control easily, and usually I was playing much straighter lines on the show what I was doing during the week.
Yeah.
So most of the weeks when I made the show, let's say we have to hook. We end up be almost every week. We end up be left of 20, left of 25 most of the week.
Yeah.
So it's not like I didn't know how to hook. Yes, I wasn't probably the best of them if we have to
Mhm.
slow hook it.
Right.
But I made more shows in long oil than short oil. So
Oh, you did? Okay, yep. Yep. Um, I remember you won the Shark Championship in '04. Was that was it uh was it easier to bowl? I guess I don't want to use the word easier, but you have two tour stops in the same center 2 weeks in a row. You have the Masters before that, and then you have the Reno Open. Um, was was that kind of how was that for you? Is it good to have two stops in the same house?
That time for sure it was because if I remember right, I made the show for the Masters and then I won in Reno Open. So it worked well for me. But I remember that like we bowled first, I bowled 8 or 9 games that time. I was playing more middle and kind of like try to hook it. And I for whole 8 or 9 games I never have any open. I had 1 8 spare. Everything else was 9 spares or strikes for like 130 over. So I just couldn't strike. So when I went to matches, I need to try to find some different way so I can knock them down better. And
Okay.
then I find a way, go straight and hard, and end up being winning that way. What was kind of amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So Tim was saying the Zayed Sports Center is a good center, and then I mean I'm sure you've bowled there. What's that
Yeah,
center like?
yeah. It's one of most beautiful places. It's
Hmm.
in Abu Dhabi, and it's just built right. A big place, but not big 40 lanes, but it's like big, like they can put like a stadium seating behind if they want, and it's really nice. It's more than 20 years right now, but it's really nice
So
place.
do you like it when the PBA would put fans down lane? Did you like that, or do you prefer it when people were in the back of you?
For me, it really didn't matter. I think it's good to have people in the side. It changed the atmosphere. It's give you more intimate
Mm-hmm.
place to bowl. Like when we used to bowl the Weber Cup, when we have like 3 feet from the both side of the lane, we have a fence, and that's probably the most coolest place I ever bowled was the Weber Cup.
Okay. There you go. So Tim was saying when you bowled your first full series in the Dubai League and ended up shooting your high 600, it was you guess it said it was a funny story. What happened there?
Uh, I don't remember.
Okay,
I,
no
I
problem.
think I think I went to bowl for other bowling center. There's
Okay.
2 bowling centers back then has the league, and then I throw like last 18 strikes. The other plays like 820. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
he's winning that. I don't know.
All right. So Mika, when was the last time you bowled 300?
Oh, I haven't bowled for a while in tournament.
Right.
Or I guess it was 2019. 2019 for the I bowled twice. 2019 I bowled the Senior U.S. Open, what was the only one, and 2019 Senior World Championships, and that was the only one in the tournament also.
All right, so you're gonna bowl one tonight because what I created when I created this podcast was going. Obviously, it's flush in the pocket, and if you shoot 300, they all go down. So 12 questions, just random stuff, just for fun to get to know you better. So let's get into this. What is your favorite food?
Oh, I think my favorite cuisine has to be even Japanese or Italian.
Hmm.
But if I had just one food, it's probably steak.
Okay. Do you eat your steak the same way everybody else in the world does? I don't eat steak because I eat well done, but are you mid rare, medium rare? What is it? Like whatever you do?
Or if it's a good piece of meat, it's medium rare, of course.
Okay.
Medium max. Yeah.
Okay. So you said Italian. I'm a big pizza guy. I mean, obviously there's more, but do you think pineapple belongs on pizza, or is that a sin?
I do like it, pineapple in my pizza. So I know people in Italy probably don't like it, but I do.
All right, there you go. What's your favorite music?
I'm rock guy,
Uh-huh.
not too heavy nowadays, but
Right.
rock.
Uh, so, what do you do to take your mind off of bowling?
Back in the day, cooking was the big thing for me. I really like to cook,
Mm-hmm.
so I can cook and have a glass of wine and take my time and try some new dishes. That was something for sure. What get my mind out of the bowling, and many times when tour was over, when we have our 24 weeks, whatever we spend on the road with the Christmas break. So when I came home, I usually start to building something. I improve something in the house or build something a little bit, just to get everything out of my mind.
Is Barnes a good cook?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So there is no competition. Barnes is like, he probably can boil the eggs, but I don't know he can fry them.
Oh man. Okay. Oh shoot. All right. So what would you say is the best advice ever given?
I think never give up. I think that's as long as there's a chance, you should always give your best. I think that's.
Oh, absolutely. Favorite vacation spot?
It has to be Italy right now. We really like to go there, and not only the food, but there's so many beautiful places. And
all right, here's one. So, is there a country that you haven't been to that you want to go?
oh, I haven't been in New Zealand.
Okay.
That's probably something I would like to go someday.
That's awesome. Yep. All right. So, if you could have dinner with 3 people, living or past, living or no longer with us, who would they be?
Oh, there's so many angles to be for that, but
I mean, you can do whatever you want with this.
I think I will go with. I want to hear funny bowling stories, so I will go with Larry Listing, Mark Baker, and Lenny Nichols.
Oh yeah. Yep. That would be it. That would be awesome. I mean, have you ever had, I'm assuming you've had a chance to spend time with those 3?
I've been spending time all of them, yeah, but never all together.
Yeah. Okay. I had of course Len Nichols on, and I also had Charlie Tapp and Joe Hutchinson. That those 2, they have some awesome stories.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What is your favorite sports moment as a fan?
As a fan,
Yeah.
it has to be 1995 Ice Hockey World Championships gold medal game, Finland versus Sweden, in Sweden, and Finland beating them first time, being the world champions, while we have a Swedish coach.
Okay.
So Finland and Sweden in the sports, it's so big rivalry, and especially in the hockey, it's. You think the Michigan Ohio State is bad? It's nothing.
Are you still a Red Wings fan?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, I got my Bruins hat on there for you, but
Yeah.
All right. It's all right. Oh shoot. What are you binge watching right now?
Right now, nothing.
Okay.
But last 3-4 years, I watch so much that most of them are like action series. So Lioness might be the one of the last ones I watched.
What was this?
Lioness, I think it was Apple TV Plus or something.
Okay. Yep. All right. So has Make-A-Wish ever asked you to fulfill a wish for somebody?
No, they have not. I've been donating some stuff they've been asking, and I've been doing that, but not fulfill any wish.
Okay. If someone was to play you in a movie, who would it be?
Oh, I was asked that maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Back then, I say Nicolas Cage. So I think if he's still playing, I would choose Nicolas Cage.
All right. Yeah. Tim, we'll talk soon, buddy. And Tim says, good to see you, Mika. So, yeah, man, thanks for watching. Everybody else, like and subscribe as well. Got a couple more here for you. Do you have any phobias besides rooming with Chris Barnes? No.
Oh, that's bad one, but yes. But I guess you get numb for that too because I spent so much time with him. I don't really have a phobia, but I don't like snakes. But it's
No, me neither. Nope. I'm right there with you, buddy. I think you're one of the nicest people I've ever talked to, and one of the best bowlers. When you leave this earth in a long way, how do you want to be remembered?
I like to be remembered. I was the guy who never give up, always give his best.
Yeah. No, I never seen you give up. I mean, I've seen you do some great things, and and you definitely deserve your spot in the Hall of Fame. And honestly, man, congratulations on everything you've accomplished. And it's so well deserving. If you don't mind me asking, how's the family doing?
Family doing good. Yes, we are actually whole family is now here in Traverse City.
Yeah.
We just moved with my wife back here, and my oldest daughter, she moved her candle business from California to here about 3 years ago. She's doing good. She opened even the front store right now and making candles, selling most of them in online.
Yeah.
And my youngest one, she graduated also this year, and unfortunately, she wasn't able to find yet a good job, so she's working for the sister right now also.
Okay. Does Ida have a website, a place you can plug on social media so that people can check out her candles?
Yeah, she's it's like, I think Instagram is the biggest one. It's the Evil Queen candles.
Okay.
And I think the shop evilqueen.com is the website where you can find her candles.
Okay. All right. Well, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much for your time. That was Flush in the Pocket with Mika Koivunemi. Next guest is Chuck Gardner. I'm sure you know Chuck.
I know Chuck well. He's a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, 2 weeks from and then after that I got Mrs. Barnes. So that's going to be interesting.
Oh, that's going to be nice.
Yeah. So my friend,
you need to ask for Linda also how good cooked Chris is. So you.
Oh man, I will definitely do that. But my friend, keep in touch. Thank you so much for coming on. And listen, let me see if I can ask you this on air. I got a buddy that inspired me to do this podcast. His name's Andrew Pfeffer. He's got Bowling with the Pfeff. Can I get you guys in touch? Maybe you go on his show. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
You have my information. I'll share it with him, and
I definitely will, my friend. Well, Mika, thank you so much. That was Flush in the Pocket, presented by Brunswick, sponsored by Just in Time Recreation. I'll see you next time. And Mika, you have an awesome night, my friend.
Thanks, and thanks for everybody who hanging around and be here till the end.
Absolutely, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.